We're back with the People Chronicles. I'm Jackie Hoffman, and Jason Kahl is with us, and a great reporter, phenomenal reporter. So much talent, and Berks County should be more than happy to have you as their own. And I know you have a huge fan base, so do you want to, anything you want to say to them?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell the people that have been following me online and in print for many years that I appreciate their support. I feel an obligation to keep you all informed of what I know. I've noticed, I've been a reporter for 17 years, but in Reading. Before that, 20 years altogether. But for years and years, I had front page stories, 2-3 days a week with my name on them. I even started writing a column several years ago that had a little headshot of me, but it wasn't until a year ago when we were really encouraged as journalists to get involved in social media. And it wasn't just here in Reading, it was all over the world. People realized that's where the eyeballs are, that's where people are going. They're using their phones, they're using their computer when they get home from work, they're going on Facebook, Twitter throughout the day. So when we were told we should get involved in social media, I just dove in, not really knowing what I was going to do. I didn't even have a cell phone until a year ago. Last August, the newspaper gave us all iPhones, said get involved in social media. I didn't really know anything about social media. I had an intern set up my Facebook page. I only had one picture for many months on there because that was the only picture of myself I had. And little by little I learned, and people started coming and sending me information, asking me questions, following my page. And while it's mostly about crime and breaking news that some people are on there for, a lot of it I think is just for what I think or what I'm listening to or what pictures I took. They're interested in a lot more than just crime news. So I've taken a little break for the past few weeks just to enjoy the end of the summer. I'm selling my house, and I've been pretty busy with a lot of other things. I'm writing a book right now, 2 books. One is mostly writing, one's mostly pictures. People have been trying to get me to come to different events, so I'm going around to different places in the county, shooting pictures, meeting people. I still have all my contacts from law enforcement and firefighting and little old ladies out in the boondocks that have scanners on their kitchen sink. And all of those sources are great, and they're really the ones that helped me make my page as popular as it is. I mean, it took me by surprise. At one point, I wrote a story, if you remember, when the guy was killed on the trail here.
Yes.
That went viral immediately, and I believe the servers at the newspaper shut down at about 10 a.m., 2 hours after it was posted, at like 500,000 hits. And that story was like in papers all over Europe and all over the world, translated. So that was like probably one of my bigger stories, but anything that I post on there, even just chow time, like I'm going to eat dinner.
Where are you going?
I've become like a part of people's daily routine, I guess. And that's the only reason I can figure why if I say it's chow time that I get like, 8,000 people look at that and, 50 people comment on it. I'm thinking I say this every day at the same time when I'm going to eat dinner, but it's sort of like some people once or twice when I forgot to put on at the end of the night that I was punching the clock and, leaving, signing off for the day like you do on the radio. I forgot to do that once or twice, and people wrote to me the next day and said, you forgot to say punching the clock, and that's when I know it's time to go to bed. So I'm almost like an alarm clock, a rooster, I don't know, something that people are excited about, seeing information. They know that they can share information there. I've tried to create an environment where we can have a civil discussion about all kinds of topics. People naturally get on there and they feel a little anonymous and they want to start attacking other people or saying things, and so that's taking quite a bit of maintenance to like clean that and let people know this is what we're trying to do here. We're trying to let everybody give their opinion, everyone talk, and not attack each other. And I think people like that, and that's one of the things they've been drawn to and come back to my page because of. It's not all I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, or insults and profanities. It's more of a friendly, civilized place to talk about very sad issues, also happy issues. I mean, I've been able to support a lot of good causes online. People tell me, you posted this about my son who had this rare disease. 3 years ago you interviewed me, and because of that, this happened. And so there's been lots of good that I've realized I've been able to accomplish or help people accomplish through that popular page. But it put me in an odd situation of all of a sudden, after all these years of writing, people were stopping me on the street, waving, wanted pictures with their children, anywhere I go. I mean, if I go out right now, and go into a restaurant, everybody in there will be like, oh, hey, it's Jason. Jason's here. And so I'm not quite used to that high profile. But
get used to it. You know why? Because you created that without even knowing that you were doing that, because you have such an impact on so many different people with writing, the simplest thing, with being involved with the community, with making a difference in someone's life. And, it's not a bad thing, because can you name on your hand of people that you used to work with that have that same impact on the community? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. And I'm just trying to figure out the best way to use that, and I'm trying to stay online like I was before. I took a little break, as I said, but I feel an obligation to the people who follow me and the people who live here who don't even follow me, but they hear their friends talking about something that I wrote or mentioned. And if people want to hear what I write or what I have to say, I want to listen. I'm a storyteller, and I'm also, through social media, trying to guide a conversation or create a forum for people to share in that kind of conversation. And I think it's really looking for what are the problems here in Berks County and elsewhere? How can we support each other? How can we break down boundaries and realize that we're all a community? We all have to help each other. The problems we have here in Berks County, the problems there are in Reading, the problems there are in the United States, one person can't solve those. It starts with the family in one home, then it's one house on one block, then it's 5 houses on one block, and then it spreads to a neighborhood. If you look at New York and the way some parts of that city have changed in my lifetime, that can happen in Reading too. There's no reason it couldn't. 42nd Street, Times Square. When I was a kid, I used to ride the bus there, Bieber bus, in high school, and I'd see the guys selling drugs, and I'd see the prostitutes in the middle of the afternoon and all of the rundown, dangerous places around there when you'd get out of the bus terminal. And now that's a complete change. Walt Disney, tourists everywhere. So if New York can come from that depth in one neighborhood and change it in this short a period of time, why can't Reading? Why can't Berks County?
I agree.
I think we just need to bring people together here. I think we need strong leaders who have visions and know how to attract businesses here. I'm not a politician, so I don't want to go into that at too much length, but it seems to me that positive change could happen here and could happen much more quickly than people think. But it's going to take each person, from the mother and father to the high school teacher to the nursery school teacher to the nurses and doctors in the hospital. On Facebook, I see everyone and see the role that everyone plays. And there's nobody that's too small or not, important enough. Maybe they're unemployed, but maybe they can be the person in their neighborhood that sweeps the sidewalk and inspires others to do the same thing.
We need more Jason Kahls. That pretty much sums it up in a nutshell. It's not too difficult to do, right?
Thank you very much. That's high praise.
Yes, indeed it is. And you'll always be my Peter Parker Spider-Man. I gave you that title a year ago or so, but I agree, absolutely. So we're going to end this with, you have in your forecast 2 books that you're working on.
Yes.
And the fact that you have your social media network out there, are you on Twitter?
I am on Twitter, although it seems to me that not as many people in Berks County yet use Twitter as Facebook. That's something that I learned. So I'm on both. I'm also on Instagram. I post a lot of pictures that I see. I mean, I've always loved taking photographs. I just never had that chance until I got an iPhone. When I was a little kid, I couldn't afford, you had to buy film and you had to take it to get it developed, and I was always afraid, well, I only have 12 pictures left. So now I can take a lot of pictures, and I love that. That's been a passion of mine my whole life, and there's a lot of beauty here to see and a lot of beauty to write about, and that's what I plan on doing, and informing people what's going on and what I'm thinking about. And I hope to keep my fan base, and I hope it continues to grow, because the only thing that's in this for me is to what everybody else wants: a better community, a better society, a better place to live.
All right, Jason Kahl, thank you so very much. And it's Jason Kahl on your Facebook, Kahl. That's where they can find you?
Yes, and you pronounce it Kahl like sail with a K.
Excellent. Do me one favor, don't change a thing for anybody.
Okay,
all right?
Thank you. I won't.
Thank you. I'm Jackie Hoffman with Jason Kahl on the People Chronicles.